shows that children who observe recommendations for screen time have better well-being outcomes than children who do not. The Canadian Pediatric Society observed a cohort of children in 2019 and 2024. 44% of the children followed the Society's guidelines for how much time they spent in front of digital devices. 12% did not. Over a number of categories, including their health and mental health, headaches, and achieving good marks in school, children who followed the guidelines both years came out on top of those who did not. Joining me now is mental health expert and professor Calissa Ngozi. Thank you so much for being with us today. The StatsCan report says that young people who followed the guidelines felt better. They had better mental health outcomes. What do you make of that? Are you surprised?
You know what? Because it's true. If we put down our phone and we understand that there is life outside of social media and screen time and YouTube and all of these things, then our youth are starting to feel a lot better. And, at the onset, they're upset, whether we take away their systems or we suggest that maybe, a couple hours before bedtime, they're off of them. They might fight us. But the proof is in the pudding. They're understanding that if I put this down, my brain starts to feel differently. How I interact with others changes as well.
Bingo. Your brain does feel differently, doesn't it? It's not your imagination. Something else is happening up there.
Oh, absolutely. And, studies such as this tell us that if these kiddos actually put the phone down and start to interact with one another, interact with their family and friends, then, yeah, they're going to start to feel better. And what's really cool about this, we're starting to get into the warmer season. So kids are going to have access to other activities where they're not secluded inside. They can go play with their friends. They can go to the public pools, all of these things that do not need screen time.
What sort of impact does prolonged screen time have on kids' development and behavior? And it's worth noting, Calissa, I don't know if you saw it today, but when it came to the World Happiness Report, we ranked really low, and young people are feeling really down in this country for the first time. So in terms of overall development, what does it mean to spend so much time in front of a screen?
Well, what we're seeing is an increase in levels of anxiety, depression, exceptionalities like ADHD. These kids, all they want is instant glorification. Whereas when you and I were growing up, it was delayed, right? But now they want answers, they want access. So we're starting to see those depressive thoughts and feelings, being socially isolated amongst their peers and amongst their family members. And it's really frightening. So that's why I am all for, placing, screen time limitations.
Okay, what's your recommendation? How much time per day?
So I would say, just like the report is indicating, there's nothing wrong with a couple hours a day. I do believe that once our kids are home from school, they do need some time to unwind, and that might be looking at their phone or their tablets, and there's nothing wrong with that. But hopefully they're also in things like structured activities and things that'll take their mind away from that. The biggest thing also I like to tell my parents and my clients are before bed, it should be at least an hour and a half to 2 hours that you have no access to screens. That allows your body the chance to reset. And also you don't have any of those negative thoughts and feelings and connotations that you're getting from the screen time playing around before you're ready to go to sleep.
Calissa Ngozi is a mental health expert. So glad you could join us today. Important conversation.
Thank you for having me.